Howdy folks, it's Aiden here from Pure Game Guides. In this video I'm going to talk about whether you should side with NetWatch or the Voodoo Boys in the I Walk the Line mission. There's a lot to cover here, so I'll be as brief as I can. When you're playing through the mission, when you finally reach the NetWatch agent, he will tell you that if you let him leave with the data, that he will free Brigitte and Ty from the ice he's got him on. He will remove the Voodoo Boys virus from you, and you can leave perfectly safely. You don't have to fight your way out of the building. He is as good as his word if you side with him. He also tells you that the Voodoo Boys had always planned to burn you, that you were basically a one-time use merc for them, and after that they were just going to kill you. You'll find out this is true if you punch him and side with the Voodoo Boys, because when you connect to him, the Voodoo Boys use you as a conduit to burn him out and all the other NetWatch agents that are connected at that time. So, no matter what decision you make, you end up in the same spot. Either way, you have to go back and talk with Placide and Brigitte, and you know, the conversation plays out roughly the same either way, I believe. In one, you might be a little bit angrier. I mean, I sided with the NetWatch and I end up punching Placide in the face because he's trying to give me some grief, so that was fun. So, that's the way it can go. The consequences only really play out much later after another mission called Transmission, where you and Johnny need to find a character that I'm not going to spoil because it's like a big story moment, and the consequences only really play out there. If you don't want anything at all spoiled, just stop listening to the video right now. The consequences are as follows. If you side with NetWatch, all the Voodoo Boys for the most part are going to get murdered, and you will need to fight your way out of a situation having an eventual boss fight with Placide. If you side with the Voodoo Boys, you don't have to do that, and there is no boss fight with Placide, and the Voodoo Boys and Brigitte don't get burned up. They're the real consequences of the mission. The main mission that you're playing will play out exactly the same way. It's just how this character that you find reacts will be different based off whether you side with NetWatch or whether you side with Voodoo. So personally, I went with NetWatch. I didn't appreciate Placide and his attitude and their attempts to kill me repeatedly, and I went with NetWatch. So that's what I personally did. So there you go. I hope this helps you out in some way. It can be very difficult to have these videos without completely ruining the story for people, but I think we pulled it off this time. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you're enjoying Cyberpunk, and all the best.